Hi guys, it's Kylie and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really quick tutorial that I'm going to show y'all how to crochet these easy dish scrubbers. So you can use these to scrub pots and pans, all types of dishes. It is made out of a 100% nylon yarn, so it's super scrubby in texture, and they're really quick and easy to make. But before we go any farther in this video, if you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe and we will get right into this pattern. So for this specific pattern, I am using a specific yarn that is from Lion brand. It is called their Stitch, Soak, and Scrub yarn. It is a 100% nylon yarn. Each skein is 1.4 ounces and has 92 yards on it. And it is a medium number 4 worsted weight yarn. And I'm going to be using a 5mm H hook, which is the recommended hook size for this yarn. So this yarn is quite different than most typical yarns, especially if you are used to using like a worsted weight like acrylic yarn. This is a lot different in texture and feel, and also in just working it up with the different stitches. So for this particular scrubber, I made 2 round pieces, 2 layers, and then attach them together. I definitely think with this yarn that it's a worsted weight, but it's kind of thin since it's just this nylon, that you definitely need both layers, because if you want a durable and extra scrubby pot scrubber, it needs both layers. So we're gonna get started. So I have my hook and my yarn, and to get started, we are going to make one of the first layers, and both layers are made the exact same way. So I'm gonna make one of them and show you exactly how I do that. And to do that, I am going to start by making a magic ring. And to make a magic ring, I'm going to take my yarn, my tail to the left, and my working yarn on the right. I'm going to take it, wrap around, make a little loop, insert my hook in the loop, grab the working yarn, pull it up, and then I'm going to chain one to secure it. And that is how you make a magic ring. So in this magic ring, I am going to work 10 double crochet stitches. And you will find working with this yarn, you just have to take your time, because it is a lot different than working with traditional acrylic yarn. So we're just going to work 10 double crochet into this ring. If you need to, you can always tighten that ring up a little bit. And this can be a little bit harder to count your stitches on, so if you want to, as you go, kind of keep track and count. So I have 4. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and we're going to just pull the tail of that magic ring and close it. And then to finish this round, you're going to slip stitch into the very first double crochet of the round. Okay, and that's what it will look like after round 1. You will want to make sure that you take this tail of yarn, you tie it and knot it, because if you do not, it will come undone and your scrubby can unravel. So you want to make sure you knot this tail of yarn. Okay, so going on to round 2, you are going to chain 2, and you are going to work 2 double crochet in each stitch around. You're just going to pay close attention and work so you can see where those stitches are. They're not too hard to see if you look really close. The yarn is just very different from normal yarn. 2. And we're just going to work 2 double crochets in each stitch around. Okay, after you've worked 2 double crochet in each stitch around, you are going to then slip stitch into the very first double crochet of that round. After round 2, you should have 20 double crochet stitches all the way around. So you should have 20 stitches for this round. Going on to round 3, and this is the last round for this piece, you will chain 2. And you'll work a double crochet in one stitch, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And you'll repeat this all the way around. So you'll work a double crochet in one stitch, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. And we'll repeat all the way around. Okay, so once you've worked all the way around your piece, you're gonna go ahead and slip stitch into the very first double crochet. And at the end of round 3, you should have 30 stitches. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my yarn for this piece. Okay, and then you're gonna make a second piece, and you're gonna repeat the same process that we just done for this first piece, and we're gonna make another piece, our second piece, to be exactly like it. So I'm gonna repeat this, make our second piece, but after I make our second piece, I am not going to cut my yarn. I'm gonna leave it attached, and then we will join the 2 pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead, make my second piece, not cut the yarn when I finish it, and I will get back with y'all and show y'all how I join them. Okay, so now I have both of my pieces made. We're gonna go ahead and attach them, but before we attach them, you wanna make sure that the tail from when we made our magic circle, that you knot it, because if you do not knot it, it can come open and unravel. So make sure you knot the tail on both of your pieces before we attach them. So now I want to attach them, and remember, I did not cut my yarn on the last piece that I made. So we're going to face them together. I'm going to face them with the part with the tails facing on the inside, and face those 2 pieces together like so. And you're just going to basically start anywhere around the edge. Okay, so once you have your pieces lined up, you're going to then go ahead and chain 1. And there's a couple of different ways you can do this. If you want to just slip stitch through the stitch on each side and just slip stitch to this side a stitch and slip stitch to this side over here, you can. I like to do a reverse single crochet, which is also known as a crab stitch border, on these, because I like how it gives it this little bit of rolled texture around the piece. I hope y'all can see this. See how it's got a rolled texture on the edge? I like that because I like it's a little bit more of a scrubby texture, because it's a little bit harder right here. So I'm going to do a reverse single crochet, but if you don't want to do that, you can just slip stitch them together. So to do that, I've already chained 1, and reverse single crochet is like we're just working a single crochet backwards in essence from reverse. So we're just going to go through the stitch to our right, and then we're gonna go through and find a stitch on the right on the other piece. And we're gonna single crochet. So we're gonna pull up a loop and single crochet. And we're gonna repeat that around. So if you feel like this is too hard and you don't wanna do this, especially with this yarn, feel free just to slip stitch them together. And then the next one, and then the next one, and you're just gonna keep moving over a stitch every time. Then the next stitch, and you can already see how it gives it this little bit of a rolled texture, and it's kind of firm there. I like it because I think it's gonna be even more scrubby as opposed to just slip stitching the edges together. So I'm gonna continue to do this all the way around the edging of this scrubby, like so. And you'll just go all the way around, making sure you're grabbing both sides of the scrubby. And I'm just gonna keep working around and meet back with y'all when I meet back up to where I first started. Okay, so I've made it all the way back to the beginning where I started, and I'm just simply going to cut my yarn. Cut your yarn, and then you can just weave in that last end there. pull it like so, and then you can weave it down into the scrubby. And that is how easy it is to make this really simple dish scrubby crochet pattern. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this pattern. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet already, and be sure to check out my channel for other easy crochet patterns and tutorials, and happy crocheting.